I love My Hero Academia. It is one of the few anime that I've watched and will still go back to re-watch episodes and clips from on a consistent basis. I would even wager it breaks my top 10. My top 10's pretty awesome.
Is this nigga serious?
It is one of my favorites of all time. The story, the world, the power system, quirks, dude, the characters, just everything is beautifully like made and written and constructed in a way that just hypnotizes you, bro. Like, you like, oh my gosh, like I really want to see what Deku doing next and all that. Like, it locks you in more than any other. That's cap, because Mushoku Tensei better.
Stop the cap.
But I'm happy to say that console games don't disappoint either, for the most part.
10 to 20% chance to get whatever else. Who the fuck designed this, bro?
They don't disappoint. Not completely. My Hero 1's Justice 2 is a 3D arena-style fighting game based on My Hero Academia. Who could have guessed, yo? It served as a sequel to My Hero 1's Justice, which was the first game. That's what a sequel is, if you didn't know. It was developed by Viking, published by Bandai Namco, and was released in March 2020. Now, I'm like that, so I got this game for my birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. I told you to stay in the basement.
The One Justice games have held a very special place in my heart, not only because My Hero was one of, if not my first proper anime that I knew was an anime before I watched it, you feel me? And it's still one of my favorites. Not only is it because Deku was the best new gen protagonist you can fight with your mama, but because no other game that I've played is this like an actual strategy.
Man, quit playing with me, man. No, for
Like,
real,
yeah.
don't play like that. Are you serious? How you know? Put that on everything.
Even though a lot of anime arena fighters aren't very good and have a really like negative stigma against them, people are like, ew, arena fighter. I think that One Justice is one of the diamonds in the rough, man. I do believe One Justice is top 3, top 5 when it comes to arena fighters. Hero story. Okay. For the hero story, there isn't really much to say about it, because it's really just slideshows of what happened in the show. It's just screenshots. But sometimes there is a cool cutscene. There's like 4 of them. But they're pretty neat, I will say. Most of what I captured is just the tutorial, because there's nothing interesting in hero story, if I'm being honest. It covers from the provisional licensing exam, so about the end of season 3, all the way to the raid on the Shie Hisaikai. Just say Overhaul, just the Overhaul arc. And the end of the Overhaul raid is where it goes to. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of the series. It's like a season and a half. Pretty good. The only real benefit of playing through the story mode, if you've already seen it, is to get 100% Deku unlocked in some bonus cosmetics. But I can appreciate some of the battles, because the game is just fun in general. And the battles in the story mode can add some more context or just like development onto what the anime already established. But I think it's cool to see some extra scenes in there, even if it's not very much. It's just little crumbs.
Villain side.
I actually kind of like the villain story, I'm not gonna lie, because it shows you a side that you don't really get to see explored in the anime. Like here, you can see Toga get the idea to break into the licensing exam, which I don't think happens in the show. I don't think you get to see her do this. And then you get to fight some random thug who has the power of shooting metal pipes from his groin area.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I feel like he'd be a cool playable character though, I'm not gonna lie. Just like look at him. He like swings his arms in circles, and you know, it's awesome. This guy would probably be comp, I'm not gonna hold you. Anyway, In all of the villain side missions, the map is covered in a purple haze.
Purple haze, purple haze, purple haze.
Purple haze. Purple haze.
Fighting God!
Did I just say purple haze? But it's there just to show that they're evil. Because purple's an evil color. Once you beat Penis Pipe, ignore my health bar. It got rough. But in the subsequent mission, you pretend to be Kami from Shiketsu High. And once you beat Deku, you are able to view a slideshow of you assaulting him. The villain story isn't as long as the hero story, obviously. But it's much better than the hero story just because it's more interesting as a whole. And you get more cosmetics and you get to play as a different Overhaul variant. I forgot the name, but it's when he's got all like the rocks and stuff on him. But honestly, man, I think that the villain side carries the story mode like entirely, because the hero side's pretty boring in comparison. But they're not really either that good, because they're both just rehashes. But I think villain story takes it. Free battle. Let's go. Free battle is exactly what it sounds like. You get to battle freely. Who could have guessed? There are a few settings to enable or disable assists, change the timer, round count, CPU strength, whatever. When it comes to anime fighting games, this is normally what I play the most because I don't really have anyone to play with. And I don't really play online because like, the online can get serious when it comes to these games, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No. No, right? Oh my fucking god!
And I don't really just want to be around all the time. There's a pretty big roster in this game, if I'm being honest. Totaling about 40 playable characters. There are a good few DLC characters too, that released after launch. I would say there's someone in the game for about every kind of player. There's zoners, you know, there's like brawlers, there's more defensive characters. There's someone for almost every niche that you would need for an arena fighter. Now back in my heyday, I used to play a lot of Kaminari because he's my GOAT and I gotta represent homie. Now if I wasn't playing Kaminari, I'd probably play Uraraka, Mina, or Amajiki just because I thought they were the most fun out of everybody else in the roster. Now a common critique of the game is how floaty it is.
That's not true, and you're not a real Full House fan. And if you think all that bullshit that you just spat out at me, I feel bad for you, sir.
But I actually never found that to be a problem with my gameplay, just because I didn't care all that much, and I thought it added like some charm to it. I don't think that every game should be as floaty as One's Justice, obviously. Overall, I would say Free Battle is alright. It's pretty hard to rank a mode that's pretty much the same in every game it's ever been in. It gets a stamp. Oh, and while I'm here, I'd also like to acknowledge that training mode is in this game. There's nothing special about it. You probably aren't going to use it. The game's not hard enough for you to want to like lab combos. But yeah, it's there if you want it. Good stuff, Bandai. I almost forgot, but I'd also like to highlight that there is an online mode to this game, surprisingly, but I'm not paying for online to play against the same person 5 times in a row and wait 10 minutes between each match. It's not gonna happen. The gallery. The gallery is pretty basic. There's really nothing going on with it, I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty bare bones. You can watch like the 6-7 cutscenes in the game. There really aren't many to look at. It's pretty weak, honestly, but it's something as opposed to nothing, so I can't complain about it. There's some special graphics you can unlock from other modes. Things like that you can just look at. Some art, some special voice lines and things like that too that are in there. And you also get to listen to some pretty cool music. Pretty cool music. Boy, oh boy, customization. Where can I even begin? Yo, no glaze. This game is probably one step below Xenoverse 2 when it comes down to customization. Like, you can't make your own character, but they give you a lot of tools to add on to your character. It's better than the Storm games. It's better than Demon Slayer. It's better than Jujutsu Kaisen. It's better than all of them. This is one of the game's greatest strengths. Easily. No contest. No contests. No contest. No contest. I wish that more games allowed for the type freedom that you get with games like this in Xenoverse 2. Because not everybody trying to play like recolors and the most basic stuff. Like, a lot of people want to get their own costume on and like their own fits that aren't just the default. You feel me? Photo mode is exactly what it sounds like. You can take photos of your characters and whatever. There isn't a whole lot to do in the photo mode, but it's there. You can use it if you want to. That's about it though. You're given the option to pick up to 4 characters to pose in your pictures. You can also do casual group pictures, or you can make them fight each other and do fight pictures. Most of what I did was just mess around with the options because I didn't really use this mode ever when I was playing the game actively when it came out. But you can pose up your characters and put stickers on the pictures and a bunch of stuff like that. It's pretty alright, but it's not really that crazy. You can also use the universal game currency to get more stickers and frames and filters and whatnot. But I don't really care about that because I don't use this mode ever. So if it's your cup of tea, it's yours, but I'm straight on that. The mode isn't really that crazy, but it does remind me of another game that I play sometimes that you might be seeing more of. Is Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is a game with a photo mode as well, but I think it's a little bit better. But that's just my opinion. I prefer it to this one. Guys, I am so sorry. I haven't worked on this video in 3-4 months. The budget's been slashed. It's cut. The rest of the video is gonna be ass, but it's okay because it's better late than never. Mission is probably my favorite mode in One's Justice 2, simply because of how much replayability there is to it. In mission mode, you're given your own hero agency that you can work up from the ground. You're tasked with scouting heroes to join your agency and level them up so that they can become stronger alongside your agency, you know, because it's like 2 for 1. Like, you got to get your heroes and the agency up at the same time. You don't start with much unless you've been playing the game, because it works around the universal gold currency you get by playing. The gold token currency you get by playing is used to scout new heroes and things like that. There are also a couple other systems inside, like there's a map with different opponents you have to fight, as well as items on the map that you can pick up to help yourself out, because the health you lose goes across all the battles in each campaign. My main complaints come with the leveling system for the most part, because your characters can leave the agency if they do bad in battle. So if you lose too much, levels can make it difficult as well, because if there's characters you want to use that you haven't been using that you've put on the bench, you have to level them back up before they can face like the difficult opponents. And you're unable to change the costume. So if you don't like the default fit for any of your characters, you're out of luck. You can't change it. But overall, I think that mission mode is my favorite mode out of all of them. Last but certainly not least, we have arcade mode. Arcade works fundamentally the same as most other arcade modes in other games, where you pick a character and they gotta run through a gauntlet of other characters and beat their ass, and then you move to the next character and you keep going. But like in other arcade modes, some of the battles you do have canonical connotation to them. Implementation, I'm not sure of the word. Some of the battles are canon battles. Doesn't really matter, but I think it's pretty cool. Though the mode is pretty basic, it's pretty much just free battle, but you don't choose who you go against. It's pretty whatever, but they give you an option of 3 paths you can take: Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Once you pick your path, you're given a selection of cards, which those cards are the opponents you're about to face. I'm not sure what each card symbol means. I'm not gonna look it up. At the end of each battle, you're greeted with special dialogue, which ties back to how some battles have characters that actually fought each other. And at the end of the route, you're given a special piece of art that goes into your gallery. So, you know, the modes tie into each other. Guys, we're going, wait, it's tying back. Overall, the mode's not really that crazy. It's just offline battles. I mean, it's okay. It's content, but there's nothing really to say about the different routes or anything. But I'll say it's solid for the game. It's okay for an arena fighter. Closing thoughts time. I personally believe that My Hero Academia 1 Justice 2 is an underrated gem among the trash heap that is arena fighters. I feel most arena fighters are ass. Jujutsu Kaisen was trash. Shinobi Striker, paid to win garbage. Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I'll make a video about that one too. My god. Storm Connections was a scam. What else, bro? All's Justice. My hopes are not high for All's Justice right now. They killed customization, they killed Plus Ultra 2, and the game just doesn't look as good as this one to me. I'm not sure why. Something about the style just looks off. But I think for a game like this is pretty good, bro. This is a pretty good arena fighter. If you want to play an arena fighter, I would say play Xenoverse 2, but that's just me. But I'm a My Hero fan, down to my core, so I gotta represent. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. Maybe even subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it gives me everything. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. This video took me about 4 months to make because I worked on it for like a week and then I dropped it for 4 months, but now I'm back. But hey, let me know what I should do better next time. I'm very new to this. See y'all later.